Hey everyone, this is Felicia with The Book is Done. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but in my defense, I have been reading so much. And I forgot to even mention the books that I had read from last month. But in all things, I'm gonna go ahead and do a book review of five books. Yeah, so here we go. So the first one, The Wife Upstairs. I finished this last month. Frida McFadden. Anything by Frida, I'm here for. As they call it, a Frida Rita. I am that. I am one of those. So this particular number right here it was, Frida is good for giving you good twists and turns with her books, and this one was no different. So this particular book, The Wife Upstairs, is talking about this woman who is named Sylvia. Sylvia is the main character. She was hired by this man. His name is Adam Barnett. It's Adam and Victoria Barnett. Adam is like this really big, well, he's a pretty big author. Like he sold a good bit of books. And Victoria Barnett is his wife. And so Adam and Victoria are an item. And something happens, an accident happens as to where Victoria is not able to speak. And she is like almost nonverbal, but like she goes through all of these therapies and she's wheelchair bound. And so her and Adam live in this huge house, like 3 hours away from the city. And Sylvia, Victoria called her Sylvie for short, but Sylvia, Adam, I believe Sylvia was working in a diner, and she was either working in a diner or she was in a diner for an interview, and something happened and Adam came in, and he came into this diner, and that's how they met. And he offered her a job on the spot. Was like, my wife needs company, she can't leave the house, woo woo, you can move in with us. And it in a sense kind of gave off like The Housemaid vibes, but this book was written well before The Housemaid. So if you haven't read The Housemaid, it's by Frida McFadden. It's The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. Check it out. But both are amazing books, by the way. So they go to this house, and she meets Sylvia. Sylvia meets Victoria. Victoria meets two other people who live in the house. One is like the cook, and the other one was like a physical therapist who helps Victoria with her feedings, with her clothes, things of that nature, and Adam gives her medication. So, long story short, Adam has been medicating her, and while he said that she would have seizures and all this kind of stuff. And so while Sylvia is taking care of Victoria like motions, like makes these verbal sounds to look at a journal or just read a journal. And it's this journal that Victoria kept before she had gotten into her accident, something that she wanted to leave behind for her kids. So she was reading the journal and just reading different things about Adam, and Victoria made it seem like Adam was like this super controlling man and super jealous and things of that nature, because before, Victoria was a nurse practitioner in an ER, and that's where she met Adam, because Adam had some kind of accident. She had to give him stitches, and then next thing you know, they are together. And it's a little more to the story because Mac is involved, and Mac is an EMR paramedic that he just loves Victoria, loves Victoria. And Victoria's like, I don't know, I've met the man of my dreams and Adam. And he's like, I think you're moving too fast. In all things, Victoria's whisked away. Her and Adam are legit married, I believe, like 9 months after they met. As soon as they get married, Adam changes, or she sees. It was some things here and there where Adam was showing like his true colors, like it was an outfit that he didn't like for her to wear, or the things that she would eat. He'd be like, you know, you're so fat, or are you trying to be fat? He was very like demeaning and degrading and things of that nature. And she was just like, you know what? This is a relationship. We're just gonna, you have to compromise. And I'm reading this book like, this woman here couldn't be me. I'll just be single for the rest of my life. I wish you would. So in all things, towards the end, you have to read it, because the twist that Frida gives you towards the end of the book just has you to just, what did I just read type thing. So in all things, The Wife Upstairs, really, really good book. You know, Frida McFadden, that is her pen name, but in real life, because Frida McFadden is not her real name, but that is, again, her pen name. But in real life, she is a doctor, like she is a physician. I want to say, I don't believe she's a neurosurgeon, but she's in the field of neurology and things of that nature, I presume. So, psychology, things of that nature. So, the most recent books that I've read of hers, The Wife Upstairs, Brain Damage was another one. That one was so good. Oh, it was so good. I can't even remember if I did a review on that or not, but Brain Damage was good. Frida McFadden, go check it out. So in all things, The Wife Upstairs was so, so good. I would give it literally 5 stars. Just almost out of all of her books. The only book that I really didn't too much care for was The Gift, and that was a booklet or a novelette. Like, it legit was like less than 100 pages. And that one was good too. I can't remember if I did a review on that. I've read so much within this year, since the start of this year. So yeah, that was it. The Wife Upstairs, Frida McFadden. Go check it out. The book that I finished after that, Lucinda Berry, Off the Deep End. So this book right here, this book, that's kind of how I was throughout the book. Like, it was good. Don't get me wrong. That's the first book that I've read of Lucinda Berry. And, you know, I had seen mixed comments and things of that nature. Some people were saying, you know, if you're into cults and things of that nature, then that's the book for you. And I was just like, cults? I'm not about all of that. So in all things, there is this car accident. It's this woman, her teenage son, and teenage son's friend. The book starts off with the 3 of them driving down the road. I think they're leaving from a practice, and they slip on a patch of black ice or something like that. They plunge into a river. The car is submerged in water, and Jules is the mom. Her son is Gabe, and then the friend is Isaac. So they crash. It's dark outside, and then it's winter. So like the lake is like icy. It's freezing cold. And she gets out of the car, like she's able to escape the car, and she's able to pull up somebody with her to the surface. And when she gets to the surface, she realized that it is Isaac. It is not her son, Gabe. And so Gabe died. She went back to go get him, and he didn't make it. So fast forward to like maybe 9 or 18 months later, you know, they call it survivor's guilt for some. Now, Jules is a therapist. She's a stay-at-home mom, but she's a therapist, and she's a counselor. She knows how things go. And so the book has the chapter after, has her sitting in these sessions with this psychotherapist, counselor, who is just like, you know, let's talk about what happened, things of that nature. In a sense, they put her into, they called it a loony bin, but a psych ward. And so, you know, they're just like, she lost it. She fell off the deep end. You know, her son died, and she just went rogue. Her husband, they were married. Her husband, even though they're still married, he's having an affair with a yoga instructor or somebody, like a 20-some-year-old young woman. And they are like in their mid-30s, young, or like low 40s. And so he had her admitted to like this psych ward. He was like, she just, after losing our son, we just parted ways, woo, woo, woo. So Isaac and his family, Isaac's mom's name is Amber Greer. So Amber and her husband, I forgot his name at the moment, but Amber, it is throughout the book, it goes back and forth between Jules, who is the mom that was driving the car, and Amber Greer, who is the mom of Isaac. So it's going back and forth between these two point of views. And Jules is just like, I don't know why I'm here, you know, like, I'm mourning my son. I really want to be left alone, but, you know, I'll go with it for the sake of going with it. And Amber is just like, okay, I get she has survivor's guilt, you know, but something is going on. So one day, Isaac disappears, and it's this serial kidnapper who Amber believes Jules is a part of. And his boys, it's like teenage boys who have a dog. Almost all of them have a dog, but they end up like walking their dog and they go missing. Now, these are like 15, 16-year-old boys who are just walking their dog and they disappear. And then like a few days later, the clothes that they were wearing turns up washed and folded, like clean, folded in a box. I want to say in a field. And then it's like maybe a week later, that's when a body turns up. So Isaac goes missing, and Amber believes that Jules had something to do with the disappearance, which is impossible because Jules is locked up in a psych ward where it's like a lockdown facility. She can't just roam throughout the streets. And Amber is like, I know something. She is like obsessed with this woman. And I'm just like, dude, get over it. Like, she's in a psych ward. Like, she's seeing a therapist. Like, and so in all things, she feels like it is connected. So as the story goes on, like the police officers or the lead investigator of the missing persons case for Isaac is piecing all of these different things together. And Amber's husband, I'm so sorry I did not have the name of him because it was very, very interesting in how all of that came to be. But with Isaac, what is his name? Not Isaac. Isaac is the son. Mark, I believe Mark. Yeah, Mark is the husband of Amber, and the police are questioning, you know, what's going on, something happened, and all of a sudden Mark is freaking out. And I'm just like, did he have something to do with his son's disappearance? Like, what is going on? So towards the end of the book, of course it was a twist, and their son, I'll just go ahead and spoil it now, he was not missing. He actually set it up on purpose to disappear. And it was all connected to a computer game, online game that they were playing, and the husband knew about it. So I gave too much away, but at the same point in time, like, the son wasn't missing. And I could see how it kind of gave off cult vibes or whatnot because of this particular online video game. But I don't know, the book just kind of had me like, I don't know. Would I read another one of her books? I'm not too sure. Kind of on the fence. I'm like 50-50 about it. It was a good book all the same, but I'm not like overjoyed with it. So, yeah, the book that I read, Off the Deep End, Lucinda Berry. Check the book out. It's available in Target, just like, it's available in Target and on Amazon. The Wife Upstairs is available on Amazon as well. So I still have 4 more books to talk about, which I'll do in another video. But until then, this is Felicia with The Book Is Done, and I'm out.